Here we go, getting closer to the end. Chapter 36, Core Justice. Here we go. NON Underground Facility, Williamson County, Tennessee. Cal awoke to find himself strapped to a two-wheeled dolly. Oh, right. To a two-wheeled dolly by a set of orange vehicle tie-downs. He was being carted down what looked like a narrow tunnel with intermittent lighting. It was cold, musty, and damp as he tried to get his bearings. Suddenly, the dolly stopped, and West stepped around to face Cal. "You awake?" "Where are we?" Cal asked. "Where nobody will find us." "Underground?" "Not as dumb as you look, white boy." "Where are you taking me now?" Cal asked. "I guess I can tell you now. Once my boys take care of your girl's parents, they're going to join us down here. Then the fun starts. Before that happens, you'll get a little tour of my facility here." Without further explanation, Dante moved back behind Cal and started pulling the dolly again. Cal's eyes were wide as they kept moving farther into the hillside. They soon passed rooms full of marijuana plants and high-powered halogen lighting. It looked like they had one impressive growing operation down there. It was no wonder West could keep operating even on the run. Cal decided he'd try some questions. "You want to tell me how you built all this?" Dante's voice was filled with pride. The economy's in the shitter. For the right price, we had some really good contractors down here building for a while. We even had a couple of consultants from the Army Corps of Engineers. I got the idea from something I read about a redneck here in Tennessee who built something similar for his weed growing, but got caught when someone noticed how much electricity he was using. We solved that problem. We're entirely off the grid. No one knows this place exists. That was actually a true story, by the way. I should go back and read that one again. "What about the guys that built it? You can't keep their mouths shut." "Well, we were choosy about who we picked and where they came from. Shipped them in from a couple of states and kept them on the property until they were done." "Are you telling me they're still working?" Dante chuckled. "Sort of. They're fertilizing the local vegetation now." So that was it. He promised to pay a king's ransom and then he killed them. Higgins was right. This guy was smart and ruthless. Cal decided to keep trying to build rapport. "How did you guys get around the power problem?" "That was the easiest part. My boy in the White House decided to start giving out tax credits for new energy sources like solar and geothermal. We've got a huge geothermal footprint all around the underground tunnels. On top of that, we've got dedicated generators powered by everything from gas to solar. Not bad for a kid from the hood." "Is this your only facility?" "Now, why do you think I'd tell you that?" Dante said. "I figure you're probably going to kill me, so what's the harm?" Cal muttered. "Fair enough. We've got a total of 5 of these babies scattered around Williamson County. 3 are operational. We get to make our goods right under one of the richest counties in the nation. We're starting out with marijuana, then we'll probably get into the meth business. That's what you white boys like, right?" Cal was impressed by the size of the underground facility. The sheer magnitude of dirt moved illustrated the power of West's burgeoning empire. The problem, how the hell was he going to get out? New section. The assault teams gathered on the front porch listening to Travis give orders. The incapacitated gang members had been quickly interrogated. Not one knew anything about the secret tunnel they'd just uncovered. Worse still, the one man who probably could have helped had been killed. He'd apparently been Dante's number 2. To complicate matters even more, the door they'd found behind the rotating shelving in the walk-in pantry was built like a bank vault. From what they could tell after a cursory examination, the steel door was some 5 inches thick. One of the assault teams was already trying to cut through the door. West had covered his tracks well. Travis spoke up. "So here's the plan. The assault teams will stay here and keep trying to cut through this damn door. Willie, you stay with them and lead the way in. The rest of us will jump in the 2 helos and take a look around. There's an exit somewhere. We've just got to find it." "What about Cal?" asked Andy. "The best we can do for him, is find him fast. There's no telling what West has planned for him." New section. Cal stayed silent as they neared their final destination. West wheeled his guest into what looked like a butcher shop mixed with a crude third-world hospital clinic. Cal could feel the cold air and smell the residual stench of some kind of meat. The dolly came to a stop. "Where are we?" Cal asked. "This is my own private interrogation chamber. Over there, you can see some of my tools. Picked up the trade from this ancient voodoo man in New Orleans. Taught me some good tricks to get men talking. Really useful when you think one of your boys is a snitch. Cal stayed quiet as he gazed around the room. He noticed an old rusted bed spring in the corner anchored to the floor and ceiling. Next to it was a pair of car batteries with cables. Next to the cables was a bench with an assortment of knives and tools. Everything looked well cared for and well used. You want to tell me why you're going to torture me? Cal asked. It's called revenge, brother. It's not enough that you killed my fiancée. You killed my crew and you crippled my business. I owe you change. I owe you change. Okay. Not sure what that was, but Cal wasn't getting anywhere with his questions. He needed to try something else. When in doubt, try the frontal assault. For a guy as smart as you are, I'd think a wuss move like attacking a harmless couple was a dumb move. Dante froze. What the fuck are you talking about? Shit, Dante. I heard you were a pretty smart guy back in the day. I guess all that dope you've been slinging gets harder and harder to say no to. You don't know a thing about me, motherfucker. I know about your dad and how he died. I know about how your mom gave you up when you were a kid. Dante stopped what he was doing. His eyes went wide, then flashed with anger. He also registered a touch of unease in response to Cal's comment. How could this white boy know that? It was never in the papers. He'd made sure his past had been buried a long time ago. It was amazing what he could snag with a couple quick break-ins. You made that up, he said. Oh, really? Then ask me how I know that you've got a really high IQ and that up until the age of 10 you were doing well in school. Who have you been talking to? Dante asked. Cal laughed. You dumb shit. Obviously there are things about me that you don't know. You better watch your mouth. Looks like you forgot who's in charge. Really? I'd say in the next couple minutes my boys are going to be coming in through the door right over there. Who? The cops? No, asshole. Tell you what. Why don't we leave it as a surprise? Dante stared hard at his prisoner. You a gang leader now? What? I don't know. Want to try me? You know why I don't believe you, Dante said. Why? Because I designed this place myself. Oh, I forgot. You were passed out when we passed through not one, but 3 doors built like bank vaults. It'll take days to cut through that shit. Cal tried to gauge whether the gangster was bluffing or not. Either way, one of them would be right soon. Cal could only hope that his friends would find him quickly. All right, so other than my stumbling over words, here we go. Getting to the meat of it. Hang on tight.